I hate Jalen Brunson, bro. I hate Jalen Brunson. I love you, Jalen Brunson, but I hate you, Jalen Brunson. Hello and welcome back to the Morning Jackpot, brought to you by SoBet, SoBet.io. If you're not already signed up for SoBet, I don't know what you're doing. Respectfully, I think we've changed the way Nathan bets on sports
Yes.
for the better,
Yes.
and that is due to his recent what do you want to call it? His recent charge due to his ability to hop on SoBet. And fella, it's working out for you, huh?
My recent reiteration to life. That's what it was. Like every time I felt discouraged, every time a bet wasn't going my way, every time I felt like I was the most confident person in the world. I was like, you know what? It's Lakers money in the line. You know what? It's this player prop and it doesn't smack. I'm like, bro, let me just try this SoBet shit for once. I don't even know anything about baseball. I don't know. I can't even name 5 players in the MLB, but you know what? Fuck it. And right now I'm up like 3 to 4 units. I don't even know what units are still, but I'm up like $30 from $5. I'm up 30 from 5. 5 times 30, that's 6. So I'm
Take it one day at a time, bro.
one day at a time. One day at a time.
Don't
One
don't
day.
don't throw the house on Edmonton Oilers at 10:30 late at night after the Indiana Pacers money line and +5 doesn't hit. It's just that's the nature of the game. You don't want to put yourself in those situations, even though the Oilers go up 2-0 and then they somehow lose the game. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. I placed the Edmonton Oilers, right? Because
Yeah.
Gutsy throws it on the SoBet feed.
A
He's
lot of people
dancing.
did.
He's
I saw
dancing.
Soba yesterday.
He's dancing. He's shaking his ass. I mean, there was never a bigger lock than to take Edmonton Oilers, unless you want to look like a goddamn fool. But I don't want to sound hypocritical here. I did take the Indiana Pacers and they lost, so I'm not trying to blame anybody. Listen, a lot of people were on Edmonton, and boy, they go up 2-0. I wake up to a score that's 5-4, and it's just like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah. I saw that too. I saw like a bunch of handicappers putting it in the Oilers last night, and I saw 4-5, and I'm like, that's a bad beat. Especially if there's a lot of handicappers going in one direction. That's like another tactic that Nasty said. If there's a lot of people betting on one team, you might want to fade that, bro.
Yeah, but everyone was betting on the Knicks last night, so I took the Pacers.
Bro, that Knicks game, bro, the Pacers, I'm telling you, they're yeah, like not ass, but that game 1 loss, I'm telling you, it took something out of them. Whenever you lose a game in that fashion, you're just not the same. Now down 2-0, I mean, you kind of have a little bit of a fresh start, even though you're down 2-0. You know, you're going back home for another 2 games, so you have a chance to tie the series up. But, it's tough. It's tough going up against New York. I'm telling you, New York is a scrappy team. You don't want to be in close game situations with New York. I texted you this yesterday, and I want to just reiterate the fact that, look, if you get yourself in a close game situation with the New York Knicks, chances are you're not going to go out on top, because not only do the refs kind of favor the Knicks in late game situations, as we've seen in these playoffs, but they're a scrappy team. You don't want to play against a scrappy team in late game situations.
I definitely took a deep breath with 3 minutes left and the Knicks were up in that game, or maybe it was like 5 minutes left and it's a tie ball game, but the announcers reminded us that the New York Knicks have been in close game after close game after close game, and that does matter. It matters when, and you've seen it in the first 2 games, the Pacers are not in close games ever. They're either getting blown out or they're blowing teams out, right? I'm watching the second half of that game. Indiana controls it in the first half to go up 10. Tyrese Halliburton was phenomenal in the first half. He is a very good point guard, but he's a scorer. He has to be a scorer for this team. It's the playoffs. I get it. You want to be a pass first guy? That's fine. You're a point guard. I love it. In moments like that, when you're on the road in Madison Square Garden up 10, you can't take your foot off the gas from shooting the 3 ball if you're Tyrese Halliburton. He was 5 of 8 at halftime. He didn't take a 3 in the third quarter. He took 1 in the fourth quarter. What did he do? He made it. It's like, what is Tyrese Halliburton doing? You have to just be more aggressive, not selfish, and go win the game for yourself. There was a stretch in that third quarter when New York makes their big run, right? It was about like a 21-4 run, whatever the hell it was. New York charges back. It goes from Indiana up 10 to New York up 8. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? And I watched an entire sequence of basketball over 5 minutes transpire, and I'm thinking to myself, this Indiana Pacers team has no right to be in this playoff situation. They were not playing the game of basketball properly. And I'm going to pick on one person and one person only right now. I want to say you took a bet on him last night, so this will be fairly fitting. Former Celtic, Aaron Nesmith.
Yeah.
I have something to tell you, Aaron.
I got something to tell you too.
Dante DiVincenzo is a shooter. He wants to shoot threes, Aaron Nesmith. That means, what do? You don't let him shoot the threes. You don't give him wide open. Hey, let's be nice. No. You have to stay home. You have to always be on Dante DiVincenzo. That is the thing that DiVincenzo kills you with. If you give DiVincenzo an open look, he's going to hit it. Nesmith did not stay home on him all game. On the other side of the ball, offensively, he's a joke. He turns it over. He hits like 2 threes a game. He might go off for a crazy dunk, but he lacks ability. He lacks confidence, and he lacks any sort of fundamentals in situational basketball in a given game. Aaron Nesmith might be the reason why the Indiana Pacers lost that game. And I don't even know if he was all that much of an impact, but God damn, that third quarter was foolish, and I was scratching my head.
Well, you tell me if he was much of an impact, because his final stats finished up with 34 minutes, 6 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Mm-hmm. Aaron Nesmith, what the fuck were you doing out there? Like, running some cardio or what? Like, learn how to say ni hao, because you're going to the Guangdong Tigers next year. That is an embarrassing performance, bro. That you are the reason, Aaron A. Smith, why the Pacers are down 2-0 and the series ain't tied going back home.
I'm not even trying to harp on the fact that a dude goes for how many points, like shits the bed shooting wise, doesn't, find the rim, doesn't even find the hoop. I'm not going to shit on somebody for that. What I'm going to shit on somebody is for when I was taught this by my dad and grandpa in 4th grade basketball. Mm-hmm. And when I'm watching an NBA playoff game, I don't want to have to be like, damn, I learned that in 4th grade. Why is Aaron Nesmith not doing it right now? Why is Aaron Nesmith not staying home on the best 3-point shooter on the floor at that time? What? Because DiVincenzo hit a dagger. He hit a 3 that put him up by about 10. And from that point on, nobody could get back in it. It's just a disgrace the way these guys play defense sometimes. And other times it's been great in the playoffs. You got teams like Minnesota, OKC that are, even the Celtics holding their weight, just playing great defense. And then you just see a team that literally was up 10, needed to go out there and get the win. Jalen Brunson, not 100%. And you're going to do that. You're going to blow a 10-point lead. All right, bro. New York. We'll see you in the East Finals. And we're going to take the brooms out and sweep you. Fuck.
And Indiana, we'll see you guys in Cancun.
Yeah,
very shortly.
All jokes aside, Aaron Nesmith is, he is what he is. Tyrese Halliburton, you scored 34 points. You got to be better. I know it sounds crazy. What did I text you at halftime? His shit already hit. The job was finished for some people, but not for himself. You still got to go finish that game. Just because you scored 22 points in the first half doesn't mean you can take the next half off scoring. That means your team's not going to score.
Right.
Oh, well. So the Knicks are sweeping. They're getting Knicks in 5. What is it?
Knicks in yeah, I'll say 5. 5 sounds kind of good to me. I think Indiana takes 1 on the road, maybe game 2. Game 3. and then we'll see from there. But I don't feel confident in Indiana at all.
No,
Like they haven't
I
shown
didn't
me
either.
anything.
Nathan, my analysis was perfect at halftime,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean shit. But like my opinion on the
Your
game,
analysis was like Jason Tatum until it became Jason Tatum. That's like a perfect analogy, actually. What you thought Jason Tatum was until Jason Tatum became who Jason Tatum is today, and then just performed like Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum needs to be better. Jason Tatum needs to shoot better. I'm tired of this, bro. Let's get the chat popping. Let's get people that are tuned in on the YouTube, on Twitter. Let's get them in the chat. Let's ask some questions. Let's get the topics flying. We got 2 games today. We had 1 game yesterday. We kind of just analyzed it for y'all. I'm tired of talking about the Knicks. The fact that yesterday's show, it was like we had to talk predictions for Knicks Pacers, and we really held it off until the end. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. We mentioned it here and there. We gave our glimpses, and then we talked about it towards the end. But who the fuck cares about the Knicks versus the Pacers?
Bro, you are the
Apparently Wes coming in the chat, giving me what I expect him to give me, which is Knicks in 4. I get it. You know what, Wes, you win this one. Cheers.
bro. You are the biggest like Knicks hater alive. You never give Jalen Brunson.
I'm not a Knicks hater, bro. I
You
have
are.
to be. They're overrated, bro.
Well, they win games, don't they? They have only proved success thus far in the playoffs. I think some flowers are meant to be given. You can't ignore greatness. One thing though, like
It's not greatness, bro. It's a good team. Congrats. There's levels to this, Nathan. We say this all the time. We'll give the flowers, but that game last night, and everyone's going to disagree with me on this. That game last night was more about Indiana not going out there and winning that in the second half instead of Jalen Brunson's heroics coming back and winning it for New York. That's not what happened. I watched the game. Indiana turned the ball over 14 straight possessions in a row and made absolutely zero effort to score the basketball in the third quarter. That's why
I cannot wait to see New York versus Boston. I might actually watch every game in that series because like I already know you. I already know you. Of course you're gonna say. You're gonna say Boston in 4, right? You're gonna say Boston in 4, but that's gonna be such a good series. And then like every other episode that we're gonna be doing, there's gonna be like a different narrative. Like, oh yeah, Jalen Brunson is gonna be all that, and then this and that. But it's gonna be a really good series.
And then one of the topics of the day, we're gonna get a thumbnail that says, "Is Jalen Brunson better than Jason Tatum?" Because the Knicks are going to win like game 4 or some bullshit. They're going to win game 3, or maybe even game 2 or game 1. They'll win one game. It'll be a gentleman's sweep probably. And everyone's going to be like, oh my God, Jalen Brunson. Bro, the bias against the Boston Celtics is the reason why I am who I am. In a lot of ways, y'all created this beast out of me because nobody else is going to say what I say. And that's just backing up my team in a truthful manner. And that was a bar, low key.
Ooh. That was a bar. That should be like quoted. Hey,
Like
how do you feel about JJ? Not JJ Redick. Well, yeah, JJ Redick being like roasted by Colin Cowherd. That was hilarious,
bro. For the last year, I've been seeing this take from Colin Cowherd ever since he talked about it with Brock Purdy coming up to the podium wearing a backwards hat. And Colin, Colin, I just want to say, like, I get it. I understand that maybe like in the past, a backwards hat could have been like a negative connotation, or it could have been like a unprofessional look. But in 2024, fellas got to hide their hairlines, bro. Like that's just kind of that's just the nature of the beast at the end of the day. So I'm gonna sit here with a backwards hat, feeling confident than ever that I'm a good looking dude. If I take this shit off, I don't know. That's the only reason, Colin. I'm not trying to be unprofessional. I'm just trying to feel good, look good. There's nothing wrong with a backwards hat. That's crazy. That's absolutely bizarre.
And LeBron said something interesting on Twitter. Hold on, I wanna say this again.
Well, it just feels like LeBron was backing up his like buddy, like JJ Redick. Like I know they're buddies in there. They do a podcast and everything, but seems like they're becoming a little bit more than buddies.
Pause.
I meant that in a very professional way.
Yeah, he's like he really doesn't like your hat, JJ. I wonder if these two are okay. A picture of JJ Redick and another NBA head coach. They have damn good jobs, I believe. So I think LeBron or LeGM is saying, oh yeah, he wants
He would
JJ
back me
Redick to
up.
become his head coach.
He
He would.
Oh, why would LeBron respond to that? Why would LeBron?
Look at
why
LeBron's
would
Twitter, bro.
No, I saw it. I saw the whole thing. Why? We got to dive deep. Why would LeBron actually respond? Would he respond because he's just friends with JJ Redick, or does he respond because it's already a done deal and JJ Redick is the next coach of the Los Angeles Lakers?
I think he is, bro.
Because
I
guess who
really
just
think
got
he is.
hired by Charlotte?
Who did?
The assistant for the Boston Celtics just got hired to be the next head coach of the Charlotte Hornets. So
But he's still the assistant this season.
Yeah, everyone in the comments is like, you're leaving early? I'm like, guys, that's not how it works, bro. You coach the rest of the season. You coach till they win the NBA Finals, and then you go to Charlotte and experience years of misery. That's not my fault. That's not my business. Once you go to Charlotte,
Years of poverty. Yeah,
go hang out with Grant Williams. I'm sure you miss him a lot.
Grant fucking Williams, bro.
Bro, I actually, over the course of 10 years, 15 years, let's just call it 15 years of watching LeBron, I truly have grown a love for him.
Yeah,
in a most hateful way. Like, understanding that I love seeing him lose, but I also love seeing his greatest moments. And that's something that is so rare to gain of appreciation for a certain athlete. It's a very rare thing. You can't. You either hate a player or you love a player. I'm both for LeBron. It's a beautiful thing.
I would never, like, if a genie came up to me right now and asked me, would you like to see LeBron James win another championship? I would say yes.
Okay, so
I
where
love
is
to
that?
see greatness.
It's not in LA.
I think it is in LA if you surround him with the right pieces. The team cannot look the same next year. Hell
no, definitely not. No, you
not.
have to make a move to get a guy that like creates a difference for you. You got to get a star. Like, it's LeBron and AD, but what were the conversations we were having leading up to that playoffs? Is like, we don't know if LeBron and AD at their best. We always make this claim of, if like LeBron and AD are healthy, they're unbeatable. This is the duo, right? Is it really still the duo? I don't know. I feel like you kind of have to throw in a third piece like a Trae Young. People are saying Trae Young to the Spurs, though, at the same time. So a lot of things can happen in the offseason. We're probably getting a little ahead of ourselves because, today is May 9th and we have basketball to talk about tonight. So
yeah,
let's talk about the two games. We got Blake Lloyd joining us later in the show today to give his MLB, his opinions. Did his shit hit yesterday?
I don't think I rode him. Pause. But like I didn't tail. I didn't tail Blake. No.
Oh,
I hold on. Let me take a look at my bets again from yesterday. Cause
all right. Well, respectfully, I think Boston and Dallas win tonight. Keep it very simple for y'all. We're going to analyze both games deeper once Blake gets here, and we'll start talking about them right now. But, just to set the stage for y'all, Boston goes up 2-0, dominant fashion once again, and Dallas bounces back. I think what we kind of took away from OKC Dallas game one was that Dallas is a better team, and OKC just shot the lights out, and they, found a way to win late, but they ran away with it. I felt like watching the first half gave me a little bit of confidence to say that Luka going to be the best player in this series. And this is up to Luka Doncic and maybe even Kyrie Irving a little bit on whether or not Dallas can get to a Western Conference Finals, which is what I think their goal is. And if you got Denver down 2-0 right now, You're telling me Luka Doncic and Kyrie aren't having conversations in the locker room like, bro, I get this whole rise of Anthony Edwards, but let's pump the brakes. I'm Luka Doncic. Like
Yeah.
I would not count out Dallas for a heartbeat. Stephen A. Smith is the biggest overreactor in the history of life. The headline on First Take after game ones were played was Timberwolves versus Thunder is inevitable. Bro, they played. I get 2-0. Fine. Timberwolves. I still would take Denver. Thunder versus Mavs is one game down. Let's pump the brakes. Luka's the better player.
Not this year. Not this year. I think Shea. Like, okay. By the way, we haven't addressed this yet.
Oh my gosh, we have not addressed this yet, bro. All right,
Nikola Jokic. Nikola
There's a
Jokic,
reason.
third MVP. He's the 9th player in NBA history to have 3+ MVPs. Joins a very, very prestigious club of 9 legends. Soon to be Hall of Famer. He's generational. We all know this. But enough with the glazing.
No, he's not.
Chat, let me know what you guys think about the Nikola Jokic MVP. Me personally, I think it was well deserved. Obviously, Nikola Jokic is, has been great all year long. But I have a confession to make. I think Shea should have won it. Yeah. Not Luka, Shea.
I'm a back you up here. What's his name said it? Shaq said it on the show.
Bro, Shaq is the biggest hater of all time, bro.
He said it right to Jokic's face. He goes, he's like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Shea should have won it. I'm gonna be very honest. I don't even know what Jokic said back, but you could tell he was very uncomfortable.
No, bro, he was just laughing back. Jokic does not give a shit about basketball.
Yeah, well, I know that. But I'm fully in agreement with you. I do think that Luka should have won it, but you can't go wrong with giving it to Shea. They went wrong with giving it to Nikola Jokic this year. And it was a done deal 4 weeks ago. Like, we've known this for a very long time. We're just waiting for the announcement. But I think all of us kind of realize that this is the final straw with the MVP, in my opinion. If there's ever been a better time to abolish the MVP award, it is in the current moment that we are in the history of life. It's time. Get rid of it. Change it. Make a new award. You cannot give Jokic his third MVP, a third MVP that is not deserved. For the third time, we have given Nikola Jokic an MVP that he should not have won, and it should have been given to somebody else. In that moment in time, we have to look ourselves in the eye as an NBA community and say, is this award worth it? Is this worth our time? Because you and I both know we don't talk about the MVP award. When it was the last time we debated about the MVP award? It could be such a great debate. Imagine if it was the best player in the league every single year gets the award, whoever the best player was. So that means that, yeah, sure, Jokic could have won it this year. I would have given it to Jokic maybe if it was the best player award this year, but there's no criteria. It's all bias. It's all a bunch of bullshit. It's all the NBA media just creating their claims. And the only claim that the NBA media, the only claim that made the most sense this year for the NBA media and the MVP award was Nikola Jokic. Because if it wasn't Nikola Jokic, you had to give it to Jason Tatum, but Tatum didn't play to his standard. Let me just say this. Tatum and Jokic averaged the same amount of points. The same amount of points. And one team was first in the Eastern Conference by 14 games, bro.
Jason.
I'm telling you that the third guy on my MVP vote was a better candidate than Nikola Jokic. I don't think Nikola Jokic should have been an MVP finalist. He should not have been a top 3 MVP finalist, let alone the MVP. The award's ruined. What are you cooking up over there?
Okay, so I think let's take a look. Jason Tatum averaged 26.9 points this season. And then Nikola Jokic. And Jokic averaged 26.4. So yeah, Tatum just by this much.
Did you just say that Jason Tatum averaged more points than Jokic this year?
Yeah, by 0.5.
What's the objective of basketball?
Good for Tatum to win games.
Okay. So that's one. Tatum won that this year. What's the second objective? To put the ball in the hoop, Nathan. That's what I was trying to get you to say. Who was better at that this year? I don't give a fuck about 9 assists.
Shea.
He didn't average a triple-double. Fine. Give it to Shea. Fine. We wouldn't be arguing right now. I couldn't say shit if Shea won because Shea had better stats than Tatum. Nikola Jokic averaged less points than Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my voice is raising because I am rattled right now. The MVP award and the NBA messed up. The NBA
I don't think it should be abolished. You can't abolish the NBA. Like it's just not possible just for the sake of the game. But you could like reiterate the award. Yeah.
You have to create a criteria. What are we doing? That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's no criteria for it. It changes every year.
In the NFL too. It's the same thing in the NFL too. No non-quarterback player has won it since Adrian Peterson. Like that's ridiculous.
I know, but it's a little different in the NFL because I do think it's hard to be the most valuable player if you're not the quarterback, respectfully.
Not if you're like Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, there's obviously, twists and turns that you can make, but I'm telling you right now that there's a reason why the quarterback wins that MVP award almost always, whereas in the NBA, they just give it to the guy they like. They give it to the guy that they want to boost their legacy. Nobody ever wanted to boost LeBron's legacy, so they didn't give him the MVPs he deserved.
Yeah. It's a shame.
It's a shame. It's a damn shame. All right. Let's talk about the games tonight. So first we got Celtics versus Cavs. Lloyd should be hopping in here in a second. Before we talk Celtics Cavs and give our prediction, let's quickly see what Sobes got going on tonight.
Do you think this game gets close at all? Celtics Cavs.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe in the first half for a couple points, but the Celtics are just that much better than every team right now, and they're showing it. They just run away with it. They shoot way more efficiently and at a higher clip, and just it's demoralizing to play these dudes, dude.
And also Derek White's been playing like the number one option.
Yeah, and that's I'm not complaining about that. I'll have Derek White be the number one option any day of the week, bro.
Bro, you know what I hope? If the Celtics do win the NBA Finals, I'm voting for Derek White to win Finals MVP, bro. Okay. Please. Okay. Please.
That's where you lose.
Especially if he averages the most.
All right, we got some Parlay Poppy is probably one of the best on Soba, and
let me see what he cooking.
He's got Guardians -0.5 first 5. He said two plays, he dropped one. I love it. He keeping the players teasing. We got some golf here. We got a buddy who went up 2 units after throwing out 10 plays. Oilers money line. It's unfortunate. Bro, Knicks, the over in the Knicks Pacers game was the play. And that's what I took, but took too much. Boys, we got some more NBA today. Who's ready? Let's get hype. Anyways, y'all can hop on SoBet. Let's see what Blake did. Let's see if Blake, when he hops on here, let's see if we can shit on him or praise him for his greatness. You never know with Lloyd. Only one play today. Oh, it bricked because I took it. Fuck!
Oh, it bricked? Man.
Nah, but that was a fluke.
Bro,
there were a couple people on Mariners. A couple people.
You will never catch me betting on the NHL playoffs only because the NHL playoffs are on literal crack and steroids in one, and it's like it's so unpredictable.
What
Like
about next goal? Next goal is a fun bet.
next goal is kind of
You
a
should be
fun bet,
sitting
yeah.
there watching the game, just electric sweats. But
But
I
that's
do
just like
think
live betting.
it's fun to bet on NHL playoffs, but I'm totally with you. Like, who the hell knows what's going to happen? I think that the Panthers beating the Bruins last night was definitely fairly predictable because the Bruins stole game 1 in Florida.
Yeah.
But I like the Bruins in that series. Y'all know me.
How
What's up?
how defiant do you think that like home court or home ring advantage is in the NHL? Do you think it's
What did you home rink?
home ring or home court advantage or home field or whatever the fuck the fucking
Okay. It's an advantage, Nathan. It's definitely an advantage. I mean, I don't think Edmonton was home last night. I want to say Vancouver was the home team.
yeah, they were.
I mean, I sat glass side last year, and there is nothing better than a home crowd in NHL in the NHL playoffs. There's literally not a better thing in the history of life. So, to answer your question, it plays a big role. But yeah, you just got to look at like the Florida Panthers. Do they have a good fan base? You know, 12 years. I think Nashville was always a team that, as they got better, that crowd became electric because it's Nashville. But it just depends on the city, and a team like the Bruins, you don't want to play at home against. But like anything is possible. You see all these flukes in the NBA. Like it's definitely possible for a team to go on the road and win in the NHL playoffs. It's definitely not a debate. But all right, let's talk Celtics Cavs. You got any player prop? Just start thinking about maybe some
Yeah,
player props, because yesterday we hop
let me
off
have
the
a look.
show and Tyrese Halliburton over 17.5 kind of fell right into my lap because Halliburton basically had 6 points in game 1, and then I saw a quote from him that said, "I will be better in game 2." And that was enough. That was enough for me to say, oh, hammer the over 17.5 points. And Halliburton finished with 34. So that's a great play by me right there. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due to myself. I'm gonna give my flowers when the flowers are deserved, because nobody
Damn,
else.
check this out. Boston sports suck. You gonna take that, Jack?
Who said that? Who said that?
Viking said that.
All right, let's talk about it. It's a great topic. Boston sports suck. Well, both our NBA and NHL teams are going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. And as a matter of fact, we might get to play both New York teams. So that's a beautiful thing. Boston versus New York, Eastern Conference Finals in the NBA and the NHL. That's pretty good. That's pretty beautiful. I'm going to a lot of those games. I'll tell you that much. Rangers, Bruins, Celtics, Nick. Are you kidding me?
You know what bet I like today? I like Jason Tatum over 9.5 rebounds. You don't trust it? How you feeling about your boy Tatum? Someone on SoBet just put it too.
Someone put Jason Tatum's over on rebounds.
Yeah, it's at 9.5.
It is. It's a wild thing. It's a very wild thing. I'm sorry to any of my neighbors. I have not got a noise complaint yet, surprisingly. But I'm sure Nathan will say some dumb shit again, and I'm gonna start yelling again. So we got Blake Lloyd. He just texted me. He said jumping on now. So stay tuned for Blake to give his NBA predictions and
Plays.
his plays in the MLB. Hopefully, he served us a loss yesterday, so he gonna come in with some heat. I promise you that. He does not lose back-to-back days. Celtics Cavs.
Hey, I
What's the
gotta
spread?
what?
What's the spread?
The spread is. Let's have a look. It's plus 13.5.
Minus 13.5.
Minus 13.5. Excuse me. What are we thinking?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I would just take Derek White's over on threes until it fails, like for the rest of the playoffs.
Okay, let's have a look.
He's literally Steph Curry.
Yeah, he's been lights out, bro.
He's Steph Curry getting an over 3.5 line from three. Unheard of.
Yeah, his odds for 2+ made 3 is like 950. So they already know he's lights out. Player.
What's the odds and what's his line? Over 3.5.
All right, so his hold on. My fucking phone's
3.5 threes for the fact that we've gotten to a point in life where Derek White's over on threes is at 3.5. That shows his greatness.
Yeah, 3.5 is greatness.
You get to the 3.5 line, it means you're shooting a clip at a very high rate, and the books don't want you. They're scared of you.
I just know that he wasn't doing this when he had hair. Was he?
That's what I've been trying to say, bro. I keep thinking about it. Should I shave my head off? Should I shave my hair?
Just all of it.
Bro,
just restart.
It's not about a restart, Nathan. It's about a new beginning.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Pour the water on me.
You cooked.
That shit was tough. That was horrible.
So
that was horrible because they're gonna be laughing. They're gonna be laughing. My mom just texted me. No, she doesn't want me to shave my hair off. Okay.
Yeah. Don't do it. Just for the sake of I don't know. You being a young 20-year-old. Yeah. You still got hair. I mean, I can see that hairline kind of receding, but like, you know.
Nathan, it would almost be better off. It would almost be better off if I just let it go. I'm so serious with you right now. That's just the mindset I've been in the last couple of days. Like I look at it and I'm like, what good is this doing me?
You see, if you have to wear a hat every single day, then I say, you know what, just do it. At that point, just
at that point,
like, who are we kidding? You know,
Derek White hit the greatest game winner in the history of life, and he followed it up by shaving his whole head off. And now he's bald. Now he's Michael Jordan, and now the Celtics are the greatest team in the history of life.
I think he looks better bald too. No homo.
1,000%.
Yeah, like
dude,
like that hair didn't really like.
Well, he had to do it because you shave that off because the hairline's gone. It's receding, and the growth of the hair that's still there, it's not appreciated by anyone. It's ugly. It's just there. It's kind of like weeds growing on the ground. That's how I feel about my hair right now. I want a full head of hair. I don't want weeds on the top of my head.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go crazy with these analogies right now. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, the Morning Jackpot. We are giving out all the predictions in the NBA, maybe other sports too. It depends on the day. But make sure you sign up for SoBet to get the predictions from the truly vetted sports handicappers. We're giving more of a content route in terms of picks and, exploring our thoughts and letting you guys into our early morning jackpot brains. We're building a morning jackpot, and we're bringing on a friend today to help us. And this friend was also on yesterday. Please welcome
Mr. Lloyd.
Mr.
Lloyd. What's up, boys? How we doing?
What's happening?
Yeah.
What's goody?
Life is great, Lloyd. Listen, the Celtics play today. The Mavs play today. The Knicks won last night, so maybe life isn't good. But, fella, how you doing on this lovely day?
I'm doing good, brother. Got up this morning, get some breakfast, do a little bit of my system, jumped in the shower, and then jumped on this mo. Jumped on this little guy.
You got any, things, any MLB that kind of just hits you right now?
Are you asking for
smiling.
You're
speaks to
asking
your
for
soul.
Nathan's down there smiling, just ready. He's
My
got
toes.
his FanDuel account open.
I wish you guys could see my toes right now. I'm getting giddy.
Yo,
Kid.
I'm geeking.
Baseball slate today is I looked at it last night a little bit. I looked at it last night a little bit. I know there's 2 early games today that I actually do like a lot. I actually like the first 5 unders in both the early games today. But I think one of them is not bettable. I think I already looked on DraftKings and saw that. I think the Mariners Twins. It's Logan Gilbert versus Pablo Lopez. 2 really solid guys going out there. And both these teams raked the baseball yesterday. So I don't know necessarily if I would touch this one. But this Reds D-backs game, I like the under in this game, the first 5. I think it's a 4.5 at -120. Right now is the only play that I have. But I'm going to take it. And you know what? I like the Nerfy in both games, early games. Both games start at 110. I like the Nerfy in both. So I would take that.
You're telling me we
get
get 2 Nerfies at 1 o'clock?
Right now. Dude,
You're
at 1 o'clock, I'm gonna video. I'm gonna tape them both because I like both of them a lot. I can look on DraftKings real quick, see what they actually are. But I love both Nerfies today. Let me take a peek.
He's got
here.
the notebook out.
Let me take a peek here.
Somebody on SoBet last night had Reds money line, and I happened to be tuned in. It was an electric sweat. It didn't hit. The D-backs won, but the Reds, they were down 2, I want to say, heading into the 9th, bottom of the 9th, and they got it to 4-3, first and third, 1 out. Guy strikes out, gets to 2 outs, first and third, and they, I think, lined out to right field or whatnot, but almost found a way to have an electric Cincinnati Reds walk-off. Ellie De La Cruz was the next guy up. If they walked the leadoff guy, Ellie would have been up with the bases loaded, down 4-3 with a chance to win it with just a base knock. So a lot of electricity happening in the MLB, bro.
Electric. Yeah, no, dude. MLB's for real, bro. I actually didn't like any plays yesterday, dude. I only put out 1 play yesterday and it actually lost. So it took the Mariners first 5. Yeah. And I don't know. I hated this slate yesterday, bro. Some slates when you're capping baseball, bro. It's like this slate's ugly as shit. And like this one today is pretty easy. So I actually like this slate a lot today. It's very small, but again, like I said, dude, 2 Nerfies early in the day. You want to make some quick cash on SoBet. So
let's do it.
Get over there, baby.
Yeah, get over there. Sign up for SoBet.io. They got the app, of course, but also the website. Use code JACKPOT to sign up. This is the Morning Jackpot with Lloyd, with Nathan. I almost said nasty. You ain't nasty. You ain't nasty, Nathan. You are. You're
nasty, dumbass.
He said you're clean.
All right, Lloyd. We talk a little Knicks Pacers before you got on here, and
sure.
Obviously, I think the people want to hear what we got going on tonight between Celtics, Cavs, and Mavericks versus OKC. We're looking at probably a bounce back for Dallas. You're looking at probably a bounce back for Luka Doncic's play, and then on top of that, you expect the Celtics to blow out the Cavs again. So, as your first glance at the first 2 games tonight, what are our early thoughts here?
I mean, early thoughts on the Boston series. I know we've already talked about this. I think this series should be 5-1, 4-0, if it's even that. Dude, I actually like the total here in this Cavs game. I don't know how many points were scored last game. I know that it was a blowout. It was a Boston blowout. But what was the previous? It was 120-95. What's the total at today? 212.
13.5 spread.
13.5 spread. Yeah, I mean, dude, like taking the massive spreads are always super tough in the NBA, especially for Boston. But like, dude, you have to figure that Tatum's going to show up tonight, right? I mean,
yeah, like you have to figure that the only bet of the night is Tatum's over. Like you really, if there's ever been a game.
Yeah, like if you're gonna bet the game tonight, like I would feel pretty positive that Tatum is gonna play really well tonight. And so that makes me like Boston, and it also makes me like Tatum. I would probably take both. But again, I'll take Tatum. What's it at? I'm not gonna tell you I'm taking it without looking at it. So I'll tell you what it is real quick.
Yeah, but it's lower than it's ever been. Like you're getting Tatum's over at like 25 and a half right now. It's ridiculous.
It's a 26
he's
and a
not
half and minus 125.
Yeah, that is an automatic hammer. If you were getting 26 and
Derek
a half from
White's at
Michael Jordan,
17
when
and
you
a
take
half.
it, no, don't take D
Oh,
White
yeah.
17. Take D White
Yeah,
over
D.
3.5. Look at
Jalen
D
Brown's
White's
at
three.
25. Look at his threes.
For every Celtics game, this is the formula, okay? And especially in a game like tonight.
They're all at 2.5 threes. Derek White's at 3.5 at plus money.
Yes, because the books are scared of Derek White and he's fucking them up. He does not go under, bro. He makes 6 threes a game. He's Steph Curry. This is the bet of the night. If it's
Dude, you're telling me Drew Holiday's not going to hit 2 threes tonight?
His over's 1.5.
Yeah, it's 1.5. It's like minus 160.
I trust in Derek White.
But dude, I would like hammer that. Like, I would have no problem like fucking laying that.
What's the odds at that shit?
It's at 160, bro. And it's like that's not high enough to get me to not straight bet it.
I mean,
if I liked it enough, you know what I mean?
No, Drew, 1.5 threes for Drew Holiday, when in reality, every time he touches the ball, he's gonna probably try and shoot a 3.
Right? No, literally, exactly.
And the same thing. That's the thing about taking these overs on threes for the Celtics versus any other team during the playoffs, bro. You just don't know. I mean, obviously now more than ever, these teams are just shooting the 3 like it's nobody's business. There's not a single pass in a possession before a 3 goes up. So, I don't hate Drew Holiday. As much as I like to stay consistent a lot of the times and just ride what I feel like normally happens. The idea of Derek White always hitting over 3.5 threes, it's just that's part of our formula right now is Derek White shooting the rock. I think every team is telling themselves right now, don't let Jason Tatum beat us. As a matter of fact, contain Jaylen Brown as much as you can, which then opens up Derek White and now maybe Drew Holiday too to just go ballistic. Like it's either JB or it's Tatum, and that goes for their over. And then you either got Drew Holiday, Derek White going crazy. But I think you got to ride the hot hand, right?
Would you put two units on it, Jack?
On what? D White over
Derek
3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my play today. That's my play today. For the first time, bro. Lloyd.
Damn, I hit 4 of them things.
It hit in game 1 in the first quarter. So
I know. I remember you saying that, dude. I know. That is like so. That is just like it's such a key part of their offense.
I promise.
Around Derek White.
Nathan, I will. Nathan, I'll Venmo you. If it doesn't hit, I'll Venmo you the bet. I'm dead ass.
Bet.
What are you putting on it?
That's all you got to say.
What are you putting on it? Don't put a grand.
Yeah, that's an easy fix.
I'll put 10.
All right, I'll Venmo you 10 if this shit does not hit. There we go.
There you go. There you go.
Send me the Venmo request.
So here's the play. Derek White over 3.5 and Guardians first 5 minus 0.5.
That's a good play, but are we parlaying that shit?
Yeah, just
no.
What?
You said Guardians first 5 minus a half today?
Straight bets.
Against Eric Fetty? Yeah, I don't hate that at all. That's a good bet. I might have that ticket in my back pocket by the time we're done with this show.
But are we parlaying that with Derek White over 3.5 threes? I'm taking
you straight.
I'm not giving you the $10 Venmo.
Yeah. If the Guardians doesn't hit, yeah.
But the problem is, I'm probably going to take the Guardians too. So now I'm losing the most money out of anybody.
Yeah, technically, you could win your bet and still lose.
I'm going to lose. This is my life, bro. This is a story of my life. Lose. Celtics win by 25. The Celtics suck. Celtics win by 25. Jason Tatum sucks.
Do you think this is the game? I know it was game 2 against Miami. You think it could be game 2 tonight where they just like lay a fucking egg tonight?
I don't think that happens again for the rest of the playoffs. Like I don't. What my claim about the Celtics winning the reason why I'm so confident, other than the fact that this is the greatest starting 5 of all time, it's the idea of not wanting to feel that pain. When Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals get back in position to win a Super Bowl, when they get back to that big game, They ain't losing that shit. You know that. They ain't losing that shit. When Boston
Oh,
gets back, Boston, Joe Burrow knows how it felt to lose that game, especially in LA, you know? But Tatum and Brown and a lot of these guys on this squad have experienced the loss. They've experienced not only a demoralizing loss to an 8-seed Miami Heat on your home floor in Game 7, but also an NBA Finals loss. You get to the climax and you lose. Those 2 years have put the Celtics in such misery and a mental state that it's like, we're not accepting anything other than a championship this year. And the players think the same way. The media doesn't have to say that shit. The players are thinking that.
Yeah, no, they are. They are for sure. With that being said, the Cavs cover tonight.
Guys,
the Cavs cover.
There's some there's some devastating news. I just saw this. This was released yesterday, but the Milwaukee Bucks future might be cooked, like forever. Thanasis Antetokounmpo just tore his Achilles, y'all.
I did see that, bro. I saw that about Thanasis, bro.
Just hate to see it.
What are you gonna do, bro? They're star players. Just can't stay healthy.
My only question is how. My only question is how, though.
That's such a good question, too. Like, this guy never plays basketball, bro. I mean, what did he tear his ACL?
Like he's not hooping. Like, this motherfucker going on runs at least, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the question of the hour is, what is the biggest what if in NBA history? What player has the biggest what if career? Derrick Rose or Thanasis Antetokounmpo?
If he didn't tear his Achilles, man, he'll be a legend.
Oh my God! All right, we got Randy here.
I'll take Thanasis.
We got Randy here saying, "Give me another lock for today, fellas."
Randy, I gave you 3 of them since I got here.
Yeah,
bro.
no, he's asking me.
Nerfy, Diamondbacks, Reds, Nerfy. Bang.
We shouldn't. Nathan, you want to give a crack at this? Randy gonna be like, I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. Nah, I'm telling you the lock.
Knicks
right
and
yeah, Wes said that. That was crazy.
Well Diamondbacks and Reds, what?
It's Nerfy.
First five under 4.5, and the Nerfy as well.
All right, so Drew Holiday over 1.5 threes.
The Celtics win tonight by 11. Don't cover.
What do you just want everyone to have a heart attack?
No, I'm just being honest. That's exactly what's going to happen. So tonight, when they win by 11, and I come back on this show, it's going to be good for me.
Drew Holiday over 1.5 threes. Derek White over 3.5
threes.
And
Tatum over points.
Over 26.
Or Tatum over 2.5 threes too. It could be.
Oh, that hits by the first half, bro. But the problem is I want to not take both. I want to take Tatum's over on points and threes.
Dude, I would just take what's Drew Holiday's points? I would take Drew Holiday's points. Take the other 2 threes.
Nah, wait, give the over or under on a first 5, 4.5.
In the Reds game?
Yeah.
I like the under.
The under. Nerfy.
All right, so are we taking what's a better bet? What's a better bet? Tatum over 26.5 points or Tatum over 2.5 threes?
Dude, it's got to be Tatum over points, right?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I would much rather rely on those 26.5 points in a night where we all kind of agree. There's a lot of talk about Jason Tatum right now and his shooting struggles. And
yeah,
I don't know, bro. Every game over the past 4 games, I've been like, all right, this is the game where Tatum's going to go crazy. Like, I don't know if that's his mindset right now.
When does
that
happen?
Laugh at that. You can laugh at that. I think Tatum is doing this all strategically, bro. I think he's sucking strategically.
Wow. Sucking strategically? That's like what porn stars do, Jack. not basketball players. You gotta.
I like that call. I mean, dude, like 23, 28, 22, 20, 16, 18. He's at 26 and a half. I mean, he's still shooting like 15 shots a game, bro. Minimum.
Oh, yeah, at least 20.
And he's shooting 8 free throws minimum a game. He just hasn't been shooting well from 3, bro. 1 for 7, 1 for 8, 2 for 7, 0 for 5.
Because he's literally catching the ball 1 every 7 possessions to go to work. That's what the offense is right now. They're not involving Tatum as much as I'd like them to be, but I don't think they have to right now. Give the other guys confidence. That's my claim on it. He's not shooting.
I don't know. I mean, I do think that Cleveland will make one of these games pretty close. That game could be tonight. I don't know exactly what game that could be, but I could see Cleveland. I mean, at least getting like taking one to overtime or something. Maybe in Cleveland. Maybe it's not tonight in the Garden. But I do think that they probably win one game, and I do think it's 4-1. So,
all right,
I
so
don't know.
staying away.
They can get caught tonight. They can get caught tonight.
I think you stay away. The advice is you stay away from that Celtics spread tonight. It was a clear bet in game 1. I think we all hammered it, but like game 2, you look at a guy like Tatum, who all the media, it's around him right now. Everyone's talking shit. Tatum gonna go out there and prove a lot of people wrong tonight. Don't let me down again, Tatum. That's all I'm gonna say. Because my goodness, you probably haven't hit your over in like 8 months.
It's been a while, bro. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Good thing I haven't been taking.
Been a fat minute.
Yeah, no, like I don't think I had ever gotten to the point in my life where I was like, I'm gonna take the Celtics spread over Tatum's over, and here I was, game 1, taking the Celtics spread over Tatum's over. Yeah. And it worked out. It worked out great for me. And it allowed me to see the true light inside of the Celtics, which is he doesn't need to go for 26 and a half every night. Tonight, I don't know if you're going to get Derek White to shoot as well as he did in game 1. Jaylen Brown played pretty darn good, but even he didn't have a great game. Drew Holiday didn't have a great game. So the Celtics aren't even playing their best basketball right now. And they're winning every game by 25 points.
I'm sorry, Jack, but betting the over.
50.
Plus 50?
They're plus 650, bro. The Cavs are to win this.
650. Oh shit!
Like, how insane is that, bro? That's insane.
That is insane.
Indiana was like plus 700 when they were down 7 with like 3 minutes left, and I didn't take it, but I almost did.
Yeah.
But then it went right from plus 700 to plus like 400, and I'm like, ooh, damn! I could have grabbed that. That would have been fire. And then Tyrese Halliburton hit a 3. There's only 3 of the first. There's only 3 of the second half.
I'm sorry, Jack, but betting Tatum's over on threes is, I think, the worst possible NBA bet you could ever bet.
Not when it's at 2.5.
You just never know, bro.
Yeah, that's
you just never know with him.
I'm telling you right now, this next series and the series after that, that's when it really matters. They call them the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mavericks versus OKC tonight. This is the second game on the slate. I think the consensus, we talked about it a little yesterday, was that OKC is not as good as Dallas. Do people have pushback on that?
Now, look, I don't want to say they're not as good, bro, because I think that's doing the Thunder a disservice if we say they're not as good. I don't think they're as talented. Okay. And I think that ultimately talent is like kind of going to prevail in this spot, dude. Like, I think there's no way that out of the blue fucking OKC like sweeps Denver or I'm sorry, Dallas, bro. Like, there's just no way it happens. And Luka has to play better. I mean, like, they didn't play well in game 1. Yeah, bro. Like, this could go 6. This could go 7. I could see Mavs winning in 6, bro. I think once Kyrie and Luka kind of get it together, they really, really get going. It's going to be difficult. OKC, obviously, defensively, dude, they're a serious problem defensively. One of the best defensive teams in the NBA. That's why they hang on And they are so good. And their defensive rating is 113, bro. It's fucking third in the NBA. Their defense is ridiculous. They're number 1 in steals. They're number 3 in blocks. I mean, then they're third in pace and points per game again. So they're just a run and gun team that they get out and fucking But again, if you're the Mavs tonight, you don't have to win this game. Not a must-win game, I don't think, Jack. I don't know if you think it's a must-win game for Dallas, but I don't think it's a must-win game. But you gotta. It'd be nice to get this one if you were Dallas, because then it would make us seem a little bit smarter of people, I feel like.
Yeah. Mr. Frog, this is live. Jason Tatum is the GOAT. And Dallas wins.
Jason Tatum is the GOAT. Easy. So
that's the only like confirmation that you need that is actually live.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
You screen record that and
show that
send
to
it
whoever.
Send it to your mom.
Yep.
Yeah, no, great analysis there. I think I was telling Nate earlier, just the idea of Luka being the better player in this series and not really having a good game one. Do you think the injury we're seeing Luka banged up? He doesn't look like the healthy Luka.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
but
he
I
doesn't
feel like
look
that's
that
more
Luka
of
that goes kill.
Do you think that's more of the wear and tear of a postseason and just kind of how Luka, acts and portrays with his body? He's not always like the most athletic looking dude ever. So the occasional limp, I don't think people need to get too concerned about. This is his shooting ability that we're relying on, right? So does the Luka injury, does Luka's banged up knee or whatever the hell it is, the ankle, does that concern you at all for him to perform in game 2, or do you kind of ignore that completely?
Well, I mean, I think if you're the Mavericks, you're gonna have to ignore it, but you can't really ignore the stats behind it, bro. I mean, look at Luka. I mean, 19, 6, and 9 last game. Yeah, that's great for Luka. That's like really nothing, really, for us to sit here and compare what he has done in the NBA. I mean, we're talking games with 39, 12, and 10, 47, 12, and 7, 30, 12, 11, 28, 11, 10. I mean, he's doing this shit every night, and he's not doing it right now, and it's really because he's shooting bad, bro. You got to kind of ask questions about that too. 6 for 19 from the field, 1 for 8 from 3 last game, 1 for 10 the game before that against the Clippers, 2 for 8 against the Clippers from 3, 1 for 9, 3 for 14. He just did not shoot very well in that Clipper series, and he didn't shoot well in game 1. But he's playing a ton of minutes. Of course he is. He's going to go out there and play at least 40. So it's tough to keep, a lot of that wear and tear does roll up on that knee. But again, I think if you're Dallas, bro, like Luka's got to be Luka in order to give you any shot to win the series. So he's got to kind of turn it around, or Kyrie's just got to go fucking nuts.
Right. You say that Luka has to be Luka in order for them to win this series. And I think if Luka is his best self, regardless of what OKC presents, you can't stop that. Luka at his best wins this series.
Yeah.
Nathan, you got OKC tonight? You gonna fade the 2 boys that are the smart guns?
I'm not gonna fade I'm not gonna take OKC tonight. I think they take their first loss in the postseason right here, right now. But I also think it's gonna be a close game regardless. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do win it. But this is gonna be a great series. 6 or 7 games, one way or the other. I got Dallas winning this series. I'm not gonna bet against Dallas again. I already learned it the hard way against my Clippers. But I'm not. I think Dallas got it tonight.
What's the line? Mavericks plus
it's like 4.5. I know it's plus. I think it's 5.5, and they're plus 165 on the money line. I don't want the points in this game.
You want the money line?
Yeah. Plus 165, dude. Fuck yeah. I want that. I think the Mavs are seriously going to win tonight. So I love plus 165.
You heard it here first. Mavericks plus 165. Oh, we got Mr. Frog giving us a play.
Oh,
not a bad bet. Now the odds might be minus 400 for that. It's a very good bet. Throw it in maybe.
JT 20 plus points. Yeah, you got to find like 4 other things to put that with. Okay, the Celtics win, and it's a close one between. Okay, JT 20 plus and the Celtics money line. It's about minus 4,000 right there. It's about minus 4,000 right there, I think.
Throw D White's over on 3s in there, and you'll have yourself a nice little 3 team.
Yeah, you'll have yourself a nice little 3 team that can do something for you.
Well, Wow.
Do something for you. Hey, what's the deal? I got questions real quick. Is Jalen Brunson, is he hurt bad? What's the deal?
No, so
I came back.
he came
'Cause
back.
I only got to watch the first half of the game last night. I know people were saying the game was electric, but I didn't get to watch the second half of the game.
Yeah. So I'll explain it for you in my terms. You definitely missed a very interesting second half, to say the least. Brunson did not play in the first half, or he got injured in the first half, but people were like, what the hell is it? And at first he grabbed his groin, then he grabbed his ankle. Like, we had no idea what the injury was. They're saying it was like right ankle soreness, and it wasn't even on his right ankle. So I was confused right off the gate. But at halftime, Indiana was up 10. Tyrese Halliburton had 22 points. He had already hit his over of 17 and a half.
Yeah.
And then what happens is,
yeah,
and then what happens is, in the second half, the Knicks come out hot. Indiana looked like a JV basketball team. They were turning the ball over. Aaron Nesmith, a guy that Nathan took his over on PRA, he played arguably the worst basketball game of his career, was not closing out whatsoever. Like, DiVincenzo hit a couple of big threes that Nesmith was on the block when DiVincenzo hit the three. There was no staying home on these shooters, which you can't leave a guy like Dante DiVincenzo. He just played with Stephen Curry. I think he can shoot the rock pretty well.
Right.
But the Knicks, they flipped it. They went on like a 21-4 run right out of the gate in the third quarter. And the biggest thing that I noticed was that Tyrese Halliburton, it's not that he played bad in the second half. He was not aggressive. He didn't try and score. I get it. He's a pass first guy, but if you're the star of the team, Reggie Miller was saying this, if you are the superstar, if you're the go-to guy, I don't care how unselfish you are. I don't care if you're a point guard. You have to take advantage of the situation. Being up 10, Brunson's banged up, and you got to win this game too. Indiana had to go in there and win that, take game 2, and they didn't. They just handed it to New York to go up 2-0. And now I think Indiana's in danger of getting swept. It was a hell of a
what's insane?
Yeah.
What's insane is the fact that Jalen Brunson's line was literally at 37.5, and I didn't even notice that. I would have smashed that under, bro. That's the craziest line I've seen in like a minute.
That's what I'm saying,
37.5 is crazy, bro.
I don't think we've seen that in a very long time. Like, since Bradley
Tyrese finished with 34. Oh my god, yeah, bro. That was 36-18 in the third quarter. It was a scoring differential.
But Halliburton didn't shoot the ball. It's not that he didn't make shots. He didn't shoot it. Like, you just...
Bro.
You got to get going.
Way.
What?
Bro, Jack. Miles McBride finished with 4 fucking points. No way, bro. What?
He had 4 points right when he got in, too. That's the hardest part about the whole thing.
He had 4 points a half?
Yes.
Wow, bro.
He had 4 points after the first quarter.
Damn, this chat is flooded with Mr. Frog. What's going on, Mr. Frog?
Damn, bro. He had... Bro, it's because Brunson probably got hurt and he came back in the game. And so they just sat as the last down on the bench.
Yeah. Yeah, poor guy. But if Brunson, it would have been perfect, bro. I'm texting Nathan at halftime saying I'm the next thing closest to God. Like, I really talked way too soon. And then New York goes on a 28-4 run. I'm like, what the fuck? If Brunson's back in the game, if Brunson doesn't come back in the game, not only does Indiana win this game, not only do they cover the spread, but McBride probably hits us over.
No,
Not Nesmith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, McBride gets those minutes. He still had decent minutes,
bro. He still played 20 minutes, but dude, that's actually insane. I'm looking at this right now. Very interesting. The Knicks only play 7 guys. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Lloyd, what do you think about Jokic winning
what's
MVP?
What, Nate?
Oh my god, they did announce that last night, didn't they? I did see that. I mean, bro, just what are you gonna say, bro? I mean, another year of Jokic being the best player. I would make an argument though. Like, I know a lot of people probably make an argument for Luka, but like you can make an argument for Shea, bro. That Shea really should have won it because he's first. I mean, for best in the West, bro. He was the best player on that team. He led them all the way there. Really built it from the ground up, that team too. Yeah, you could argue either way, but it's really, really difficult, I think, every year to not give it to Jokic because he's so fucking good, dude. Like he's so good, it's crazy. And they're always going to be solid. The Nuggets are always going to be there. Yep. Another year where he almost averages a triple-double or whatever it is. But I would have liked to see Shea get some more love for what he did this year. So I felt like he kind of should have done it. But the MVP is kind of like a joke, bro. It's kind of like one of them things that we just chalk up in the air, bro, because you know, from fucking 2010 to 2020, they could all be LeBrons. So it's it's just kind of one of those things that you chalk up in the air. My personal opinion, either Shea or Luka should have gotten it. Yeah, Luka's a good guy too. Like I said, Luka too. Luka didn't really do enough in the regular season, but I would say Shea did. So I'd probably give it to Shea. But congratulations to Jokic. I mean, third one, right? He's probably fucking third one. He's probably up there with some major dudes that only have 3 MVPs. So
he didn't deserve it.
I don't know. Like who all has 3 MVPs?
He deserved it, but I believe Shea deserved it more. He went from 10th to 1st in the West.
Like, bro, Steph ain't even got 3 MVPs, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you hit it right on the head, Lloyd, with everything you said. He probably deserved it. You know, averaging 26, 12, and 9. That's a great stat line. Nobody can complain about that. I'm telling you right now, there were better stat lines out there. There were better players on better teams, and yet Jokic still won it. So it's very clearly showing that the NBA media is trying to push a narrative right now. And you know, whatever the biggest narrative that's going to get the most views in the NBA media's eyes, them giving Jokic his 3rd MVP instead of giving Shea his 1st was a better narrative. And to me, I think it was fucked up. I think Luka should have won it. I think Shea should have won it. I thought Tatum. I haven't brought him up, and I don't want to be biased for this category. I want to sit here and say that I truly believe, give it to Luka or Shea, right?
Yeah.
Jokic should not have been a top 3 finalist. I said this earlier in the show. He shouldn't have been a top 3 finalist. Tatum averaged more points than him this year, and his team was 1st in the Eastern Conference by 14 games. What's the difference between a 3rd seed and a 5th seed in the Western Conference? I get it. 3-5 difference.
Right.
Not really. Like,
not really.
Dallas
it's like
Dallas was still there. Dallas was still there. Denver's right there. OKC was right. Like, they're all right there. And you just got to give it to the best player on the best team. And if you don't do that, then give it to the best statistical guy. But it's either one of those. They give it to the middle. They gave it to the guy that had,
they do.
Stats,
I agree.
But also like the best player award. And it's like, I think they should just abolish the MVP. You brought up the LeBron James point. If they just did it right for 10 years, it should be the best player award. And I think that's what they should change it to. I don't think there's a better time to change it than right now. You give Jokic his 3rd MVP and you say, all right, that's enough. We have no idea what the criteria is anymore. We're just, blindly handing the MVP award out to who we think deserves it, or at least, it looks good for their resume and their career and storyline. I'm sitting here thinking, bro, make it the best player award. That's something we will all enjoy talking about. That's a debate worthwhile. We have not talked about the MVP award all season long because it doesn't mean anything. You saw the way Jokic celebrated after that 3rd MVP. I'm telling you right now, that's not because Jokic doesn't care about the game of basketball. He cried after his 1st MVP. His 3rd one, he realized you shouldn't have won it. He didn't have a good year. He did not have as good of a year as what he did in the first 2 MVPs. I'm sorry. The 3 MVPs, the 3 MVPs that Nikola Jokic has won, he shouldn't have won any 3 of them. They should have gone to other guys.
He should have won the first one.
But the year where he didn't win and Embiid won it, Jokic should have won it. So the one year where Jokic didn't win the MVP, he should have won. That shows MVP?
It's weird, man. Yeah, the criteria, they never know what the criteria is, and I think it makes it super hard to be able to judge it based off stats, because that's kind of all you can go off of. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really go off anything else besides their actual stats, but like you can, I don't know. Like I said, like I feel like Jokic hit that perfect stride where like the guys that were winning MVP were kind of just like gone. Like, Giannis wasn't going to win it this year. Curry had no chance to win it. Embiid had no chance to win it. Like, I feel like it was just Luka and Joker the whole season. One of them was just going to do it, and they just gave it to the Joker.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Cheers to the league. So
Here's to this freaking media that's bullshit right now. It's all messed up. But let's check out SoBet. Let's see if they got any early plays.
Yeah,
in
see what
the
the boys got going today, man. I want to check some of this out because I gotta get my plays posted too before some of these games start. So what do we have here? We got Reds money line. Okay. Why? Can I read that right there? What does that say?
Of course.
Let's see. Scroll. Is this Jordo? Oh, I like Jordo. Primarily, we're banking off the advantage of the Reds having the pitching matchup against Arizona has two decent hitters and righties, pitches. Top producing Christian the Reds have slight advantage. Yeah, you could argue that, but I don't really know. That's all right. Go ahead. Dude, the Reds are so bad, bro. Like, anybody that takes the Reds, bro, you just have to reconsider the way that they think, because the Reds right now are batting. I seriously believe over the last 3 to 4 games, the Reds are batting 122. So like, you have to think, like, dude, the Reds just can't.
I don't know baseball too much, but I know that's bad. I know 122 is big.
All right, so TP3,
awful, bro.
TP3 has been absolutely blazing with NBA. We got to get him on the show.
He has, bro. We have to get him on here. He's been absolutely cooking, bro.
So he's got the Celtics minus 13.5 tonight, believe it or not.
Mavs money line.
And you got Mavs +5, Mavs money line. I mean, I like what TP3 got tonight. That's all I'm gonna say. We added a couple player props, but I feel like the combination of the greatness of TP3 bets along with my bias will lead y'all to victory in terms of making money.
I like the Mavs tonight a lot. Dude, I will have a Mavs ticket tonight. Pablo Lopez under 7.5 Ks. I don't hate that. Yeah, it's not horrible. What else we got in here? White Sox +0.5. Wow, that's a crazy bet. Okay. And Royals money line versus the Angels.
Wow. He's got to know something. Something must be up.
That White Sox +1.5 is kind of crazy.
Bro.
Hobby. Has Hobby got any plays, or is he VIP only?
It's probably VIP only. Oh,
yeah, he's just VIP. How about those Canucks? I know a bunch of people were on the Canucks last night.
I know a bunch of people that were on the other team.
Yeah.
All right. Well, make sure you sign up for SoBet. Make sure you sign up for SoBet using code Jackpot. Get on that. You know, we were just surveying the field a little bit after we reviewed all the bets for tonight, and you know, we all kind of were in agreement on a couple of things. One being the Mavericks to win tonight, and we go on SoBet. We see that the best NBA bettor on SoBet is hammering the Mavericks. Not only the +5. When you take the +5 and the money line, it's a trick out of the Gutsy Picks cash book that you want to listen to.
Dude, I might take both.
Why would you take both? Like, is there a strategy behind it? This might be a gutsy question, but do you have any answer to, like, because anytime I take both, it's the +5 and it's the money line. It's like, you're really
you are. It's I just don't like betting games where I have two different things. So, like, because then you're not, if the Mavs don't win, you're not really cheering for the 5.5 because you want the +165. You know what I mean? So you're not exactly like cheering for the +0.5. You just kind of have the +5.5 in your back pocket. And if the money line cash is fucking awesome, it's a double whammy bang. But if it doesn't, then you're fucked if they don't cover. You know, if OKC covers tonight, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but if they cover and they lose, then you go 1-1 and whatever. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
We got a question in the chat by Mr. Frog. Shout out Mr. Frog. What do you guys think about Rudy Gobert winning Defensive Player of the Year? You think he deserves it, or maybe someone else should have won it? He did say in the chat that he thought Wemby should have won it. I think a guy named Anthony Davis would say he should have won it, and he wasn't even a finalist. Do you guys think that Rudy Gobert, deserved it? He probably did, right?
I think he did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like this award goes to Rudy Gobert every fucking year. So, I mean, we want to talk about fucking Jokic winning MVPs. How many fucking defensive player of the years does Rudy Gobert have, bro? Can we talk about that? He's got 14 of these, 14 of these things, bro, just because he's 7'5". Okay, great, bro. Like, you're telling me if he had to guard Anthony Edwards, he couldn't guard Anthony Edwards, bro. Like,
bro, we all know the highlight of Stephen Curry literally spinning Rudy Gobert in a circle.
Yeah,
in a circle, bro.
Literally,
that was maybe the greatest moment.
Trapped him in a box, bro. Trapped him in a box, bro.
Hit him with that.
And
hit him with the behind the back and literally ran around a circle and then laid it in and one in your mouth.
Reverse, by the way. Reverse clean jelly lay too, by the way.
It was so tough. I actually kind of want to bring it up.
It's okay if Wemby didn't win it this year, because Wemby's going to win the Defensive Player of the Year every year for the next, 10 years.
That probably is true.
Yeah, Wemby's going to win it probably more times than.
By the way, did they announce the Rookie of the Year? Was it Chet or was it Wemby?
Wembanyama.
It was Wemby. To no one's surprise.
I thought Chet had a chance. Not gonna lie. I thought he might have had a small chance, but maybe I'm wrong here.
Can y'all see this?
Yeah, bro. This is the exact highlight. Jesus, bro. My golly, dude. Let me see it one more time.
Oh my God, this ankle, bro.
Tween.
That's your defensive player of the year. That's your defensive player of the year. Fuck.
Oh no.
Hell no.
Tween, cross. Tweet, cross, step back, cross, tween. Reverse lay.
Oh, I showed it again.
That shit.
He went dancing with him.
He
took him on a dance.
Crazy, bro.
He took him on a dance.
Let me have this dance real quick.
That is your depoy. You know what I think the NBA is missing right now? Mark Jackson. I think they're missing the announcers. Like, I love JJ Redick, and I love Reggie Miller. I think, he's fine. There are moments where I'm like, Reggie, shut the hell up. We're missing the iconic guy that says, like, the fire statement as we go to a commercial break. Like, my goodness, mama, there goes that man. Or Jason Tatum is that guy. Tatum.
No, that's not a fire statement, bro.
My goodness, mama, there goes Jason Tatum.
Something like that. I love, dude. Mark Jackson was electric, bro.
He was electric because you knew it was coming. And the second he said that line, it was like, oh, Curry must be cooking now. He must be
cooking. Yeah.
Curry,
way downtown. Bang!
Bang!
Oh, what a shot from Curry.
Shot from Steph Curry.
All right.
Go to most in the NBA.
We got Mavericks. We got Celtics. Lloyd said Cavs, but I don't know if that's an official play from the fella.
No, it's not official. We're not doing that. I'm not touching that game. I don't want to bet against Boston, but I don't want to bet with Boston because you obviously can't bet with them. You're not betting 14.5-point spreads. But when they get the Eastern Conference Finals, their spreads are fucking 7.5. I'll start dabbling.
Fair. I like it. Lloyd. I appreciate you for coming on. And Nate, as always. I'm disappointed that Denver and Minnesota is not tonight because I think that would have been an electric game. So I guess we got to wait for one more day of that. But, to wrap this episode,
tomorrow?
I want to say, game 3 is tomorrow. But to kind of segue into tomorrow's episode, do we think the Nuggets have a chance
to win the series or win the next game? Or win tomorrow or win the series?
Win the series.
I think it's over. There's still a chance, but in my opinion,
were the first 2 games a fluke?
No.
That was
they have the formula to beat the Nuggets at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like they're the one team in the NBA, I believe, that could stop the Denver Nuggets.
But why do we always preach the thing about consistency with Denver? They're going to come in and they're going to play their game in game 3. They've been one of the
but they
best
didn't
teams
play
all year.
good the first 2 games, and that's the
But
thing, I
Minnesota's
think.
such a disciplined team that like is so good defensively. You know, you throw 3 7-footers at your best player, make him uncomfortable. The role players don't step up. Jamal Murray scores 8 points. I mean, like there's got to be some adjustments coming into game 3. It's all about Mike Malone. All eyes on Mike Malone. Can he change things up and make this chess match go a different way? So, I mean, we'll see, but it's all on him.
I don't want to hear shit about Denver not having enough guys. They have a team. They have guys that have bought in to their roles. That's a very rare thing. I sit here as a Celtics fan and I'm like, I don't even know if our guys know our roles yet. Like everyone's just shooting threes. Everyone's just shooting threes. Right. Whereas the cool part about Denver and even Minnesota, which is why Minnesota is so good right now. But these two teams, they have the superstars, but they also have dudes that want to just play defense. I heard this the other day. When you have players that could care less what they do on the offensive end, and they're just strictly trying to get in there to create turnovers, havoc, and guard the best players on the other team, that creates such a good vibe in a team. It just feels like everyone's so bought in to the process. And that's what I love about what Minnesota is doing right now is it's a collective effort. It's a full group. Anthony Edwards didn't play he didn't go for 47 in game 2. He kind of had an interesting start. You know, I think he had 4 points in the first quarter versus game 1. He had 20 points in the first quarter. It just, they have so many different ways to beat you and wear you down. And that has to do with what they do on the defensive end and the fact that they have all these different role players and lengthy guys that just come in there. I was watching the LeBron pod and he was like, Minnesota, they got length. They got length. And then he kept saying the word length, but every time he said length, it would be pronounced a different way. Cat, Lane, Rudy, Lane, Ant, Lane, Mike Connolly. He's a young little guard, Lane. I'm like, are you saying length or are you saying length? What the hell are you saying, LeBron? Get yourself a microphone. You're on a podcast now. This is not a Zoom call.
Big fan of that podcast too. Shout out that podcast.
It's so good. It really
it's a fire
is
podcast. Really. It really is. It's like if you're a basketball junkie, it's a really good podcast.
Yeah, because we're just not used to that. We're not used to someone sitting with a clipboard, pointing the camera at it, and talking through it. I would pay millions of dollars to see LeBron James talk about basketball. I get it for free.
Literally. Right, exactly.
And he's also talking with his future NBA head coach. So
everybody's saying that. I don't think that's happening, bro.
You think it's all kind of just a distraction for LeBron going to Golden State?
I mean, I don't think it's JJ Redick, bro.
We'll see.
It would definitely shock the world.
Jack, you know how insane the NBA like that. You know how this is exactly what would happen if that happened. The old heads would go insane. That's what would happen, bro.
Aren't they
already? Shaqs, the Charles Barkleys, no, because to the extent that they would go insane, we're not there yet. Because they would literally, if JJ Redick
player coach podcast,
coach, bro, they just got done. They just lost game 4, right? This got swept by Denver. Now you go back and do the pod. Oh, here's what we did wrong. Dude, they would lose their minds, bro. The old heads would lose their minds, bro. And I don't think you can do it. I think even if you brought it up to Bron, he'd probably be like, look, I love JJ, good coach, could coach our team probably. But let's just not do it for the sake of fucking the NBA.
It definitely would light a fire. I'll tell you that.
It would. It really would, for sure. Now, back to my point with Denver. I don't know. I get closer and closer to saying the series is over every single day that it goes on because, dude, it's just Ant time, bro. It's just Anthony Edwards time. And Jamal Murray had his great series too against the Lakers. Got it done last year. You were the man. Jokic is the MVP. Jokic don't care. Jokic is going to go ride horses whether he wins a championship or not. Let's give it to the young gun. Seeing Celtics T-Wolves final would be
that would feed
special.
families.
It would feed families. It really would be something special, dude. Because we would be seeing the two.
It just
young
answers
guns.
all our questions.
Well, I just think it shows it show that right there would show, okay, who is actually at the front door knocking, right? Mm-hmm. Is it Tatum or is it Ant? Who's actually knocking at the door? Who's the guy? Who is the guy?
Can we just go into that series? Can we go into that series with the expectation that these two teams are just playing in a series and it's nothing other than that? Take everything else out of it. Nothing else matters in the history of life. It's two basketball teams and it's first to four. I don't care about Jason Tatum's legacies, Anthony Edwards' legacy. Anthony Edwards is 22, Tatum's 26. No, they're all playing basketball. Let's see who the best player is. Let's see who the best team is. And then we can talk after. Like, we'll analyze it game by game. But this bullshit notion of like, when the Celtics win by 25, it's a negative. When Anthony Edwards does anything, it's a positive. Like, let's just like take a step back and watch the game as fans and appreciate what is going on instead of spewing nonsense all the time. And maybe I can tell myself that a little bit.
But you said that, but you realize you said that as like the most like in the most biased way possible, like favoring Jason Tatum, right? Because
I know what they're going to say.
Because Jason Tatum has been playing up to his expectation while Anthony Edwards has only been surpassing and exceeding expectations. And people have been saying, wow, look at Anthony Edwards. He hasn't even lost in the playoffs yet. He's up 2-0 against the defending champions in the second round of the playoffs. He just beat his idol in the first round of the playoffs. Jason Tatum, he's like the third option on his team right now. So like that's why the comparisons are going one way versus the other.
You are saying he is the third option?
He's playing like the third option. Better. I'm not saying like, no, I'm not going to say he's the third option, but he's playing like the third option. He's not. He's the first. If there's a tie game with 2 seconds left, they're coming out of timeout. Shots going to Jason Tatum. But
yes,
like I'm just saying,
first
option.
Not better. He's the first option.
What's that?
But I get it. He's playing like the third option. I understand. You know, I have my claim back to that, but I won't say it right now. I'll just keep my mouth shut. He's instilling confidence.
All I know is I agree with you, Jack. I think that series will be absolutely electric. I don't know if we're going to get it or not. So. Who would the T-Wolves have to beat? T-Wolves had to beat the Mavericks, right?
Like I could see Dallas beating Minnesota. I don't see the Thunder beating Minnesota. I could definitely see Dallas just because of Luka beating Minnesota. Because no, I know you're giving me that face right now, bro. Everyone's saying this about, Anthony Edwards this, Anthony Edwards that.
No, dude, I'm not coming at it from that
is
point.
Nice. Luka Doncic, he's been doing this, bro. I get he hasn't won. It hasn't translated necessarily, but Luka's better than Ant.
I'm almost coming at it from a perspective of like, dude, I think they both could probably do it. Like, I think whoever wins that series, I think the Thunder can probably do it because they're probably going to have the best matchup defensively.
Yeah, that worries me. That worries me for Dallas. Dallas could be cooked against Minnesota because of the defensive edge for Minnesota.
Right. So and there you go. There's kind of your answer to that series. Then it's just how well do the Stars play. But for the Thunder, like they would match up pretty well against T-Wolves. Their Stars balling right now too. By the way, let's not forget that. And they got weapons over there, man. They got the pieces over there. Put the pieces together, and they built something special over there. So I don't think that there should be a reason why both these teams could not beat Minnesota. Minnesota's just hot right now, bro. They're just hot. Let's see how far they can go.
If Minnesota goes to the finals, fine. We'll all enjoy that, but let's just take it day by day. See what happens in Game 3 on Friday, and that probably tells us a lot of the story. What happens in Game 3? If Denver comes out there and looks like the better team, that's going to allow for everyone to pump the brakes on Minnesota. If Minnesota comes out there and wins Game 3, everyone says, holy shit, Denver's getting swept. And never in a million years would anyone ever predict or think or imagine that Denver would get swept in a situation like this. And here we are. So maybe you do give your flowers to Anthony Edwards at that point. Fuck it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any final words? Nathan, What bets? What bets did you place today?
Bro, I don't know why I did this, but I actually placed 3 bets today.
He parlayed everything. Let me guess.
Yeah, so
Oh, there it is, bro.
Pablo Lopez under 7.5 strikeouts with Dallas money line, and then in another parlay, I've under 4.5. I'm riding with Lloyd on that one. Derek White over 3.5 threes, and Guardians minus 0.5 in the first 5. So
that's all together. It's all got to hit.
No. 2 separate parlays.
It's all.
So basically, it's all got to hit.
So basically, yes, it's still everything has it.
So basically, you just donated to FanDuel. No, I have faith in you, Nathan. Those are great plays. But Nasty told you this. Nasty told you exact. And when we have Gutsy on here and you read some bullshit off like that, he's literally going to cuss you out. He's going to say, "What the fuck was that?" Take Guardians.
Hey, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m., fella, and we'll see who's up. I'm gonna be up.
Sure, I like that.
You know what plays I got? I'll read them off right here before we get the hell out of here. But
let's go.
Derek White over 3.5 threes. These are all straight bets, by the way. Okay. Take them all one unit plays. Derek White over 3.5 threes. Drew Holiday over 1.5 threes. You're probably gonna have to bite some juice on that one, but 1.5 threes for a corner specialist. He's literally Stephen Curry from the corner. Give me Drew Holiday over 1.5 threes. Then we go to the greatest basketball player of all times numbers. Tatum over 26.5 points. Tatum over 2.5 threes. And as a matter of fact, let's round it out with Celtics minus 13.5 and Dallas +5 and the money line. Those are my plays. I might have just given you like 7 plays, so I probably just made you like $1 million.
Probably made you
all straight bets.
Bunch of money right now.
All straight bets, bro. Because if I go 5-2, then I have a 4-unit winning day.
That's right, brother.
There you go.
Yeah, you do.
So that's how it works.
Absolutely, you do.
Well, that's gonna do it for the morning jackpot. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Pacific time. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notifications. Leave a like. Leave a comment in the chat. And that's going to do it. Sign up for SoBet. SoBet.io. Use code JACKPOT to sign up. And we will see you